Black History Month, we are highlighting some of the racial disparities in society that contribute to inequity. For decades, black students in the United States have lagged behind their white peers in academic achievement. Experts say many factors, including racial differences in socioeconomic status, contribute to the achievement gap. But there's one dynamic that is impossible to ignore. There are notable differences in the proportions of black students who are treated differently within the school system.
Let's start with the discipline divide. This data collected by the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights. It shows roughly 2.7 million, or about 5 to 6% of all K-12 students received one or more out-of-school suspensions during the 2015-2016 school year. But let's dig deeper into that data. It shows black males represented 8% of enrolled students but accounted for 25% of students who received an out-of-school suspension. Black girls represented 8% of student enrollment but accounted for 14% of students who received an out-of-school suspension. And children can be pegged as troublemakers before they even start kindergarten. Education Department data from the 2013-2014 school year showed black children represent 19% of preschool enrollment but 47% of preschool children receiving one or more out-of-school suspensions. In comparison, white children represented 41% of preschool enrollment, but 28% of preschool children receiving one or more out-of-school suspensions. Disciplinary actions are often associated with a range of negative life outcomes. Students who are suspended are more likely to drop out of school and have run-ins with criminal justice. Black students also face pervasive prejudice when it comes to access to advanced coursework. A report by the Education Trust shows that black elementary school students represent only 9% of enrollment in gifted and talented programs. In middle school, black students make up only 10% of students enrolled in 8th grade algebra. And black students make up 15% of high schoolers nationwide, but only 9% of students enrolled in at least one AP course. There's also a disproportionate representation of black students in special education. In 2016, 12% of black children across the nation received services at school for disabilities ranging from emotional disturbances to physical disabilities to intellectual impairment. However, only 8.5% of white children receive those services.